What's up, everybody? What's up? This is your inspiring music guru for ya, giving you another video that I'm honestly low-key nervous about, and the reason why, because this album is so huge that like the magnitude of it, you know what I mean? I mean, not to say any other one I haven't did before isn't huge and whatnot, but I couldn't help but touch up on how I feel about it from a man of color in this country, as well as seeing the pride and the love from a black woman who just so happened did this album. If you can't hear my background loud enough of who I'm about to do and why I'm a little bit nervous, and that's why we're gonna make this video as short as I possibly can with it. And it's also one of my personal favorite albums too. And it took me a while for me to maybe I should do this, maybe I shouldn't, y'all like sometimes you gotta just sit here and just shut up and just listen to the music, you know what I'm saying? The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Some titles just speak for themselves, and this is it. And this actually, the title itself comes from two different books: The Miseducation of a Negro, and there's one I honestly forgot the top of my head. I had to look it up. I will say this came out on August 25th, 1998. And as I like to say, when people don't provide certain proofs for me, I have the receipts for that. In fact, it came with this little thing, this little pamphlet that, when the album came out. And I actually have the receipt right here. You can't see it. It's kind of a little bit faded over time. I got this the day it came out and had the receipt for it from Borders. I don't know if you can see that right there. I still have it with me to this very day because I remember, like I said, I was in high school when this album came out, and this came out on a Tuesday right before I had to go back to school the very next day. And I just remember listening to this album over and over and over and over again. Of course, the first thing I'm looking at is who produced it, who arranged it, and it said, it says right here, produced, written, and arranged, performed by Lauryn Hill. I know that I think her record label, which is Columbia House and Rough House at the time, kind of pressured her to kind of be in the esque of Prince, to kind of do it all by herself. What you may or may not know is there was a group of musicians, they called themselves New Art, that helped her kind of give her like a reggae, R&B feel towards it, even though this is in theory essentially a hip-hop album, but in my opinion it's almost like an R&B album more than hip-hop, but that's a debate for another day. I also remember at the time the same class, New Art, the people who helped her work on this album, they they sued her for it because they said that they didn't see their names on here as far as the proper credits and the proper production of it all. So there was an out-of-court settlement for it at the time. This came out in, like I said, in '98. So that lawsuit came a few years later and whatnot. And I also know because this album, it gave her a whole newfound thing of stardom. Because before this, I mean, not to say she wasn't big, and clearly she was, because she's a member of the Fugees, right, with Wyclef and Pras. And then the score, which is the second album, and Killing Me Softly, that just elevated her to a new stance too. And then let's not forget that after that, she was dating with Rohan Marley, and she has 6 kids, but 5 of them are his. So in fact, she was pregnant with one of them, which clearly to Zion, we all know what that's about. And then she actually had one after this album came out too as well. She's also the first female to win Album of the Year for hip hop, which is a unique feat into itself. And I remember when she won the Grammys, because Whitney Houston and Sting were presenting it to her. She's like, "Wow, this is hip hop." You know what I'm saying? I thought that was such a cool moment for her to say that on national television at the time. So, but yeah, what do I say about this? This album is registered in the the National Library for culturally significant records. That was in 2015 or so, and they always do a list every year as far as records that made some of an impact. This has rightfully so made an impact. So this came out in '98, so this is 22 years old now already. Let's see, 2008, 18, 19, yeah, 22 years old, almost 22 years old. So genius, 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 genius. This is the only solo album that she's made, the only one. Like, so for a female black artist to make one album and to have that much of an impact off one studio album, here you go. Many people have made thousands and, you know, bunches of albums and whatnot. And not to say that, you know, those albums don't matter, but she only made one and she's made such a huge impact. So that's important for me to say something like that. I have well gone past my time. We're gonna stop. The song we're playing right now, by the way, is Nothing Even Matters with D'Angelo, one of my personal favorite cuts too as well. Like, share, comment, subscribe to this. Please let me know your thoughts, comments, and whatnot. This is supposed to be a short video. It's hitting 6 minutes. Bah humbug, bad Fred. I am your inspiring music guru. Hopefully you learned something you may have not known before. Yeah, and I'm just giving props to just this album and throwing it out in the ether. So please enjoy yourselves. Please be safe. Please take care of yourselves. My love to you all.